Caitlin Clark became the most fouled rookie in WNBA history. Veteran players were constantly targeting her like she had done something wrong. She quickly realized that all the fame she had in college didn't matter anymore. This was a new level, and many players seemed like they were trying to break her. But instead of giving up or getting discouraged, Caitlin surprised everyone. She transformed her entire body, mentally and physically. When people saw the results, they couldn't believe what she had done. Her story starts in Des Moines, Iowa, where she was born on January 22, 2002. Her full name is Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. She was the middle child in a family with 3 kids, 1 older brother and 1 younger. Being in the middle pushed her to compete from a young age. At their home in West Des Moines, she was always trying to prove herself, trying to win, to be the best at everything. Her parents, Brent and Anne, had no idea that the little girl constantly dribbling a basketball around the house would someday make sports history. Sports ran in her family. Her dad had played both basketball and baseball in college, and her grandfather had been a football coach. But Caitlin wasn't just athletic, she hated losing. Even when she was only 5 years old, she could already handle a basketball like she had been practicing for years. Whether it was a game at school or even just a family board game, she always had to win. Her competitive nature was so intense that sometimes it led to fights with her brothers. In one fight, she threw her brother into a wall and his head split open. Their mom often had to break up rough arguments like that. Though she's best known for basketball, Caitlin was great at many sports. In high school, she scored 26 goals in just 6 soccer games. Her soccer coach believed she could have played at the Division I college level. She also played volleyball, tennis, softball, and golf. On top of that, she played the piano. She was talented in many areas, but nothing called to her like basketball did. When she first started playing, there wasn't even a girls' league for her age. So her dad signed her up for boys' leagues instead. That meant she had to fight even harder to earn playing time. But it made her stronger. By 6th grade, she joined the All-Iowa Attack AAU team in Ames. That changed everything. She was only 13 years old, but already competing against older players. One coach remembered her confidently hitting a step-back three-pointer and then making a pass so perfect it was like magic. That same coach said while most kids went out for ice cream after a game, Caitlin only cared about playing harder and winning more. That's when her journey truly began. By her junior year at Dowling Catholic High School, she was already making headlines. On February 4, 2019, Caitlin scored an unbelievable 60 points in a single game. She made 25 points in the first quarter alone and hit 13 three-pointers, which set a new record in Iowa history. Even fans from the other school lined up after the game just to get her autograph. She ended that season as the top scorer in the state. And she didn't slow down. As a senior, she averaged 33.4 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and nearly 3 steals per game. She finished a high school career with 2,547 points, which ranked 4th all-time in Iowa. She also set a new record for most three-pointers made in a high school career. On February 25, 2019, she led her team to a triple overtime win during the state tournament by scoring 42 points. She helped Dowling Catholic finish the season with a 19-4 record. She earned many honors that year, including Miss Iowa Basketball, Gatorade Player of the Year, and All-Iowa Athlete of the Year. Her high school career was already legendary, but that was just the beginning. On November 25, 2020, Caitlin played her very first college game for the University of Iowa. The stands were mostly empty due to COVID restrictions, but all eyes were on her. That night, she scored 27 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, gave out 4 assists, and shot nearly 60% from the field. From the very first possession, she took control of the game. Even her defense stood out. She had 3 steals. Her teammates that night, including Gabby Marshall, Kate Martin, McKenna Warnock, and Monica Chinano, would eventually help her on a national championship run. But on that night, Caitlin made it clear that she was the future of Iowa basketball. Just a few weeks later, on December 22nd, she reached another major milestone. In a game against Western Illinois, she recorded her first college triple-double with 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists, even though she had an off-shooting night, making only 3 out of 15 shots. That performance showed how much she could contribute to her team even when she wasn't scoring at her best. It was a glimpse of the greatness that would follow. Instead of giving up, Caitlin Clark made a smart decision. She changed her focus. She stopped worrying about missing shots and focused on helping her teammates. Her final assist of that game, which gave her the triple-double, was a sharp pass to Logan Cook right in the paint. A performance like that hadn't been seen at Iowa since 2015, when Samantha Logic last got a triple-double. Caitlin's coach, Lisa Bludder, knew how rare it was. She called triple-doubles special, because they don't happen often. Yet here was Caitlin, just a freshman, already doing it in her first month of college basketball. When asked about it, Caitlin said something more impressive than her stats. "I wasn't shooting the ball well, so I just tried to get other people going." That's not something most freshmen would say. That's what a true leader says. Then, on February 11th, Caitlin had a breakout moment. She walked into Nebraska's home arena and left holding the record for the most points ever scored there in a single game. She put up 39 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, and handed out 7 assists. She shot 12 of 18 from the floor and didn't miss a single free throw. She was completely in control of the game, scoring from every angle. By the end of that night, she had passed 600 points for the season, something only 4 other Iowa players had ever done. And this wasn't just one great night. Caitlin was leading the entire country in scoring, and she was still a freshman. No freshman, man or woman, had ever done that before. Before the Nebraska game, she was already averaging 29.8 points per game. She wasn't just hot, she was the reason for the heat. By the end of her freshman season, she had completely changed what people thought was possible. She scored 799 points in 30 games, averaging 26.6 points per game. No freshman had ever scored more in one season, not just at Iowa, but in all of Division I. Caitlin led the nation in total points, points per game, field goals made, and three-pointers made. She was also second in assists per game. She wasn't just hitting three-pointers, she was making them at a pace no freshman had ever done before. She made 116 threes in 30 games, almost 4 per game. She had 12 games with 30 points or more, something that hadn't happened since the year 2000. She broke Iowa's freshman scoring record and ended with the third highest single-season point total in the program's history. Only Megan Gustafson had scored more, and she did that as a senior, not as a rookie. Caitlin didn't just win Big Ten Freshman of the Year. She dominated the entire season. She earned 23 Big Ten honors. She was named Freshman of the Week 13 times and Player of the Week 5 times, making her the first freshman in Big Ten history to earn that honor. She was selected to the All-Big Ten first team, and it wasn't a close call. Both the coaches and the media picked her unanimously. Nationally, she was named Co-Freshman of the Year alongside UConn's Paige Buchers, making her the first Iowa player ever to earn that national title. In Big Ten play, she averaged 27.7 points and 6.6 assists per game. She scored 30 or more in 9 conference games and had over 20 in 8 more. Her performance didn't just win headlines, it lifted the entire Iowa basketball program. They reached the Big Ten tournament final and advanced to the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament. It was only the 8th time Iowa had made it that far, and the 3rd time in 4 years. But Caitlin wasn't done. In 2021, during her sophomore year, she did something no one in Division I women's basketball had ever done. She led the country in both scoring and assists. She averaged 27 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds per game. Most players struggle to lead in even one category. Caitlin led in 2, at the same time. She wasn't just a scorer or a passer. She was everything. And what shocked people most wasn't just her scoring, it was how well she passed the ball while still leading in points. She made impossible passes look easy. Defenses would throw double and triple teams at her, but she still found open teammates like she had eyes in the back of her head. Her passing was often just as impressive as her scoring. She confused defenders and made plays no one else could. As her stats climbed, so did the pressure. Teams tried everything to slow her down. They played rough, grabbed her jersey, bumped into her, and designed entire game plans just to wear her out. But Caitlin never backed down. Every time someone tried to stop her, she came back even stronger. Her success wasn't just about talent anymore. It was about toughness. She showed a mental strength that couldn't be broken. As her legend grew, so did her impact. Suddenly, the entire country was paying attention to Iowa women's basketball. TV ratings went up. National news reporters started showing up. Games began to sell out. Caitlin didn't just raise the level of her team. She raised the profile of the whole sport. People tuned in to see what she would do next. And she always gave them something amazing to watch. By 2023, everything had changed. Iowa hadn't reached the Final Four since 1993. That all changed on March 26, when Caitlin Clark led them back after 30 years. She didn't just play well, she dominated. She scored 191 points in the NCAA tournament alone. That's not a mistake. She averaged over 30 points per game throughout the tournament. And her teammates stepped up, too. McKenna Warnock and Monica Chinano played their best basketball alongside her. Caitlin brought out the best in everyone around her. In the Elite Eight game against Louisville, she had one of the most incredible performances in history. 41 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. A triple-double unlike anything seen before. No one, in men's or women's NCAA history, had ever done that in a tournament game. It was her 11th triple-double, but this one felt even more special. She was hitting long-range shots, making sharp drives to the basket, and passing like a magician. The most impressive stat? She was responsible for 70 of Iowa's 97 points, either by scoring or assisting. And then came the game against South Carolina, the defending national champions. They were undefeated with a 36-0 record. Everyone expected them to win. But on March 31st, Caitlin Clark shocked the world once again. She scored 41 points, gave out 8 assists, and grabbed 6 rebounds. In the fourth quarter, she was involved in every single point her team scored. South Carolina hadn't lost in 42 games, until Caitlin Clark ended that streak. Her long-range threes, fast cuts, and unshakable confidence changed everything. Caitlin Clark's basketball journey has been nothing short of amazing, filled with high hopes, big records, and incredible moments, both joyful and heartbreaking. On April 2, 2023, she stood just one step away from achieving her childhood dream, winning the national championship. It was the biggest game of her college career. But instead of a fairy tale ending, it turned into a painful loss. Iowa was defeated by LSU, 102-85. On paper, it looked like a big win for LSU, but that didn't tell the whole story. Caitlin had done everything to get Iowa that far. Just before the final, she had scored 41 points in back-to-back games, helping her team reach the championship. In the final game, she hit 8 three-pointers, breaking a record from 1990, and scored 30 points. But it still wasn't enough. As the final buzzer rang, the look on her face showed pure disappointment. She had given it her all, but her dream slipped away. Many wondered if that loss would slow her down. But the very next season, she proved them wrong. On February 15, 2024, everything changed. Iowa played Michigan, and Caitlin needed just 8 points to break the NCAA all-time scoring record held by Kelsey Plum. Just 2 minutes into the game, she made a long three-pointer from the logo. The crowd exploded with cheers. That one shot made her the highest scorer in NCAA women's basketball history. But she didn't stop there. She scored 49 points, the most ever in a game by an Iowa player, and added 13 assists and 5 rebounds. She did this in only her 126th college game, beating Plum's record in fewer games. That night, her total reached 3,569 points, an incredible achievement. But she wasn't done yet. On March 3, 2024, in front of a packed crowd, she chased another massive record, one that had lasted over 50 years. The record was held by Pete Maravich, who had scored 3,667 points, the most in Division I basketball history. Caitlin needed just 17 points to pass him. Tickets for the game were selling for almost $600, and people all over the country were watching. Late in the first half, she made a free throw, and with that 1 point, she became the highest scorer in NCAA history, for both men and women. She didn't even realize it at first, until the crowd went wild. She finished that game with 35 points, officially breaking the record. Off the court, something unique happened. Fox Sports launched a live video feed called the Caitlin Cam, which followed her every move during games and streamed on TikTok. She was no longer just a basketball star. She had become a cultural icon. Her games sold out. Television ratings hit new highs. People who never watched women's basketball started tuning in. Her sharp shooting, lightning-fast passes, and intense focus made her mesmerizing to watch. She was not just playing the game, she was changing it. Then came one of her greatest performances. In the Big Ten tournament final against Ohio State, she scored 30 points, handed out 17 assists, and grabbed 10 rebounds, a triple-double in the title game. It was the first time in Big Ten championship history that anyone had done that. And it wasn't just any triple-double. No player, man or woman, had reached 30 points and 15 assists in a single game over the last 20 years. She made it look easy, hitting 5 three-pointers and shooting over 52% from the field. It was her 10th career triple-double. Only one woman in NCAA history had more. Everyone knew what came next. The NCAA tournament. Iowa had never won a national title in women's basketball. Caitlin had come close the year before, and this was her last shot. She carried that pressure with her into every game. Then came the most anticipated matchup, against UConn in the Final Four. For most of the game, UConn defended her well. But in the final minutes, with the score tied, she took control. She scored 7 points in just 2.5 minutes. Iowa won 71-69. She scored 21 points, and her teammate Hannah Stulka added 23. It was one of the best college games ever played and sent Iowa to the national championship once again. On April 15, 2024, Caitlin Clark was selected first overall by the Indiana Fever in the WNBA draft. Everyone expected it, but the impact was huge. She already held the all-time NCAA scoring record, and she had also broken records for points and assists in a single season. But the pressure only increased in the pros. The excitement around her was massive. During her rookie season, she received over 700,000 All-Star votes, the most ever. Her jersey became the best-selling in the league, with sales jumping by more than 1,000%. Wherever she played, the crowds followed. Attendance rose 88% in games she played. This became known as the Caitlin Clark effect. The league had never seen anything like it. But success came with challenges. Her WNBA debut on May 14, 2024, didn't go as planned. She scored 20 points, but also had 10 turnovers, the most ever in a debut. It wasn't just nerves. Veteran players were physical with her, testing her toughness. In one game, she was hit hard by Kennedy Carter in a play that was later ruled a flagrant foul. She ended the season with 225 turnovers, the most in WNBA history. She also missed 10 games due to injuries, something that had never happened during her college career. The professional league was faster, rougher, and more demanding than anything she had experienced before. Still, she never gave up. On August 18, 2024, she broke the rookie assist record with 337 assists, the most by any player in a WNBA season, rookie or not. She also scored 769 points that season, setting a new rookie record. Her 122 three-pointers broke yet another rookie record. In one incredible game, she had 19 assists and was involved in 66 total points, breaking a record previously held by WNBA legend Diana Taurasi. And then came the triple-doubles. On July 6, 2024, she became the first rookie ever to record 19 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists. Just 2 months later, she did it again, 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. No rookie had ever recorded multiple triple-doubles. By her second season, she had 3, placing her in a group of greats like Candace Parker and Sabrina Ionescu. By the end of the season, there was no debate. Caitlin Clark was named Rookie of the Year, earning 66 of 67 first-place votes. She also made the All-WNBA first team, an honor very few rookies ever achieve. She led all rookies in points, assists, steals, and minutes played. The numbers told the story. She wasn't just the best new player. She was one of the best in the entire league. Awards quickly followed. The Associated Press named her Rookie of the Year. In December 2024, Time magazine called her Athlete of the Year. Caitlin Clark had changed the game, and she was just getting started. Caitlin Clark's first playoff game in the WNBA drew 1.8 million viewers, the highest since the year 2000. Her impact went far beyond the court. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was changing how people saw the game. But while all eyes were on her professional achievements, there was another side of her life quietly growing. In April 2023, Caitlin started dating Connor McCaffrey, the son of Iowa's men's basketball coach. Connor had played for Iowa too and later became a coach. Their relationship began privately, and for months, no one outside their close circle knew. Then in August 2023, Caitlin posted a photo of them on a boat with the caption, "Best End to Summer," and everything changed. Suddenly, fans saw her not just as a sports superstar, but as part of a beloved basketball couple. They kept their relationship low-key, avoiding the spotlight. But in January 2025, Connor made their bond public with a heartfelt birthday message for Caitlin's 23rd birthday, calling her inspiring and amazing, and saying how lucky he was to have her. Caitlin responded with a simple, "Love you," and shared the message herself. That moment made their love official in the public eye. Then, in July 2025, Caitlin posted her own birthday message to Connor, telling him he made every day better. The next day, she led her WNBA team, the Indiana Fever, to a big win, showing how she continued to balance love and greatness. Throughout her journey, Caitlin's family was always there. Her dad Brent was a former athlete who coached her when she was young and quickly saw her unique talent. Her mom worked in marketing and helped Caitlin manage the challenges of fame. Her brothers Blake and Colin made her tougher by always challenging her when they were growing up. Her dad went to nearly all her games, and Caitlin always looked for him in the crowd. When she won the Naismith Trophy and the AP Player of the Year in March 2023, her mom called it amazing. The whole family was proud of everything she'd accomplished. In October 2023, even before playing a WNBA game, Caitlin started the Caitlin Clark Foundation. It raised over $100,000 in just a few months for the Coralville Community Food Pantry and supported programs that helped kids with sports, education, and nutrition. It showed that she wasn't just focused on her own success, she wanted to give back. Then, something unexpected happened that caught the internet's attention. On March 7, 2025, during a Big Ten tournament game between Iowa and Ohio State, a sports photographer named Bree Lurkey snapped a photo of Caitlin cheering from the sidelines. She wasn't playing, she wasn't mic'd up, just cheering. But the picture showed her arms looking much more muscular than before. The internet blew up. Some fans joked she looked strong enough to lift her own coach. The photo hit over 3.2 million views quickly, and sports blogs and celebrities couldn't stop talking about it. People wondered, was the photo real? Was it edited? Caitlin didn't say anything at first. Then nearly a month later, she addressed it during an appearance on ESPN's show hosted by Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. She joked that it was just the camera angle and that AI was getting out of control. Everyone laughed, but then she got serious. She admitted she had been training harder than ever. She said she wanted to get stronger and actually enjoyed working out. That moment changed everything. People saw that her transformation was real and earned. The truth was that Caitlin needed that strength. Her rookie season in the WNBA had been rough. She wasn't treated like a typical rookie. Opponents saw her as a threat. She was fouled more than any other rookie that season. 111 times, in fact. That ranked her 11th overall in the entire league for most fouls drawn per game. Some of those fouls were intentional and hard, clearly meant to send a message. One of the most memorable moments was when Kennedy Carter delivered a hard off-ball shoulder hit that knocked Caitlin to the ground. It was later called a flagrant foul. Caitlin admitted that people were extra physical with her and often got away with things they wouldn't with others. She wasn't complaining, just stating the truth. Being the face of women's basketball made her a target, and she knew it. So she decided to change. Caitlin teamed up with Sarah Kessler, the Indiana Fever's head athletic performance coach, and began a serious training plan. She trained 4 to 5 days a week, doing specialized exercises like single leg movements to help her jump and stay balanced. Isometric exercises helped her maintain body control, especially since she used to play too upright and would get pushed around. She even trained one arm at a time to improve passing strength with her left hand. Nothing was easy, but she did it all with determination. One controversial part of her training included creatine, a natural supplement that helps muscles recover and grow. Some fans didn't like it, but Caitlin wasn't doing it to impress people online. She was doing it to survive the league's physical demands. Indiana Fever's head coach Stephanie White later said that Caitlin figured out right away she had to get stronger and stayed committed to that goal. The viral photo that caused such a stir was only a glimpse of everything Caitlin was going through. Her physical transformation wasn't about getting attention. It was about protecting herself, staying in the game, and continuing to compete at the highest level. Caitlin Clark had been pushed, hit, and doubted, but instead of backing down, she leveled up. She didn't want sympathy. She wanted strength. And she earned every bit of it through hard work and heart.